and then
Yeah.
the YouTube, I share the link for in the group. Wait a minute.
Liberate Hong Kong, revolution over time.
Yeah, share the link first. Yeah.
Will you connect me via GTV as well?
GTV, wait a minute. Now we share our
Alright.
link. For now, we also in English channel. No
Yeah.
Cantonese. Because YouTube is stuck. And then, okay,
Yes.
I need to share about the link. And now I start the GTV.
Alright.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I need to
mute YouTube, right?
Mute the YouTube. You
Yes.
mean now?
So
No need.
yeah, on my side. That's fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Is it clear? Is the voice big enough?
You mean the YouTube?
No. I can't hear YouTube because I muted it. I just wonder whether you can hear my voice clearly. YouTube?
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Okay, wait a minute.
No problem.
For YouTube is now the sound is okay.
All right.
I need to ask them.
What about GTV?
GTV now is the link is up, and then I need to share the link.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, need to YouTube. Okay, now the GTV is out complete. GTV. GTV okay? Oh, okay. The GTV is okay. The sound is okay. Oh yeah, I need to share about it. I send the link for you.
Which one?
No.
The YouTube.
The YouTube I need to on our group.
Yeah, I can see our program is online on GTV. But I do not supposed to get into the room, right?
Okay. Now I need to submit where is
Shall we begin?
Wait.
Okay.
Okay. Now can start the GTV now.
Oh,
Okay, you can start now.
oh wow, that's amazing. Shall we begin?
Yeah, begin.
Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome to the Himalaya UK. And this is our live broadcast of an English language program entitled Hong Kong Signs of the Times. And this is Dr. Ming. I'm one of the hosts, and the other host is Sky Sun, a very smart Hong Kong young man. Please say hello to our audience, Sky.
Hello, everybody. Can hear my voice?
Oh yeah, very clear, very clearly. Okay. And today we continue. Today is the second episode of this program, and we are focused on the an incident which happened on Monday in Hong Kong. So, could you tell us what happened, Sky?
Yeah, in Hong Kong, everybody will know about Jimmy Lai and then Annie's Joe to about the national security law. They were the Hong Kong government to cash accepted them because they have some do something about will against entities of the government, or that they will be have a need to on charge about the Hong Kong government or CCP. They will, because they are against the government.
Yes, as we understand that the Beijing government or the Chinese Communist Party regime, we call them CCP regime, passed this so-called national security law for Hong Kong, and it took effect from the 7th July. And according to this national security law, the Hong Kong police force raided the Hong Kong Apple Daily office building on Monday and arrested the owner as well as the founder of Hong Kong Apple Daily, Jimmy Lai. Together on the same day, the police also arrested 9 other pro-democracy activists, and one of them is Agnes Cho, yeah, and as also a very active young girl, and she speaks perfect Japanese, so she's very well known among Japanese audience. And this, of course, caused the arrests have caused a great, shock to the world. And today we are talking about this arrest, and we will show the audience the posters relating to this arrest, and in terms of how Hong Kong people locally lend their support to the Hong Kong Apple Daily, as well as Jimmy Lai and other arrested activists. Okay, so Sky, you can show us the posters.
Okay, we saw the poster one. Uh, yeah, on everybody can see about this poster about the right newspaper, and this paper is also nothing in the paper because that day is Jimmy Lai is about the Hong Kong government to in charge him, and then go to his Apple daily about the office, and then that day cannot post about the news, and or but for the Hong Kong or Hong Kong people, they will support about the Apple Daily because this media is post the truth on the for people to know what happened in our society or Hong Kong, and then you can see another next poster about what happened. All uh, the newspaper they will not talk about that.
Yeah, let me say more about this poster. Yeah, we can see on this poster, we first see there's a say like almost just like a sheets of blank paper. So this is basically the Apple Daily, yeah, issued on the day, which is Monday, yeah, and when Jimmy Lai was arrested by the police, and nothing was allowed to print it, and this is basically a blank. Then the Hong Kong people lend their voice to support, and what they say, um, Apple is it Apple staff basically means the Apple Daily staff. Please hold on. Thank you very much for stay on. Hong Kongers strongly support you. Um, and they also say this is very touching. They say even if you issue blank sheets of paper, we will buy them up. So, and in fact, the Hong Kong people really bought up the newspaper, Hong Kong Apple Daily, that day. So that shows how they support and Jimmy Lai, how they support Apple Daily. Yeah. So now we can move to the next poster. And we can see that there's a blank sheet of paper there. That is a Hong Kong Apple Daily. So next one.
Yeah, can you
So
see?
what is it? Yeah. Yes, please
Oh,
tell us, Sky.
that is about in our Hong Kong have a nationally security law, and then they can use there's 43 regulation about that when people they have no need any license or warrants to they can go to the personal property when they want to search investigate about your information, then they use the national law, then they skip the amount the common law because when police they need to go your home to search about the information or you investigate they need to about the warning, but for now have a nationally security law, they don't need to do this because they or the CCP government they is their more about the power on what or authority they can do that, and then you can see the gun and then about the people in their home, but this is not safe because they can go inside or just catch for about the people in. If you is not agree about the government or the CCP, and you are not safe for now.
Yeah, and what Sky just told us is the poster on the left hand side. It shows that now the police can raid anybody's house without warrant. Yeah, and that is based on the 43 the clause 43 of the national security law for Hong Kong, which took effect from the 7th July. And we can see from the poster, yeah, it shows that and this is a sort of like a glass house, which gives the impression that this is not a safe shelter for anyone at all, yeah, anymore. So there's a girl sitting in the middle, and you see she sits in such a stiff position, and that shows that she's very nervous. And then we can see on the one side there is a one Chinese character which means security. So basically, your own shelter, your home house is supposed to be a place of safety for you, yeah, as an individual. But now it's not, and it's because of this security law. And you see, in the middle of this character security, we can see there is a goal, yeah. It's a sort of like target, and then there's a gun, which aiming at it. This implies that the police now has the unrestricted power to do what they want. Basically, they can raid anybody's house, and that is the authority authorized by this so-called national security law, and it actually makes nobody safe anymore, nobody secured, and that's the implication. Yeah. So now, what about the next one, Sky? And what about the poster on the right-hand side?
And on the right hand side, there about on Hong Kong about the nationally security law that nobody is outside because if you CCP or Hong Kong government they uh, chat about you, you are is against order, you is post some not about not support the government, or you are against about the government, that they will use the about the national law to catch. That mean nobody will be outside because you in Hong Kong or you in the mainland. But for now, but maybe this nationally security law is suitable for on everywhere because the law is said you against about the CCP, that CCP have authority to catch you or the challenge to challenge you because you are not you are is against just the just only you against about the government, so you have a you are not maybe not good people, not suitable for CCP people citizen.
Yeah, and this the poster on the right-hand side basically said, yeah, the characters in the middle, which reads like, under the security law, nobody is left unconcerned. And we can see the two hands, yeah, so like moved from both sides. It seems that they are closing, yeah, something. It basically shut up something, and then we can see the stripes looking like the bars. So basically, they can lock up anyone. And according to this clause 38 of the national security law for Hong Kong, that everyone, anyone, even if you are not, even if you do not reside in Hong Kong even, and if you say something or do something that the CCP government uh, regards as different or dissident from their point of view, this law entitles them to go after you, to detain you, to catch you, and bring you to mainland China, and you can sentenced, you can be charged, you can imprisoned, and then you can be disappeared. And so basically, this national security law has no boundary, has no border.
Yeah.
It basically applicable to anyone around the world, wherever you are, whoever you are. So this is very dangerous, and that's why we can read the characters here, which says that nobody is left unconcerned. It concerns everyone. Yeah, that shows how powerful and ridiculous and very dangerous this so-called national security law is, and it makes nobody safe, nobody secure, and this is the poster tells us.
Yeah.
All right. So should we move to the next poster, please,
Yes.
Guy?
And you can see this photo is our on in Hong Kong the newspaper. You can see they have 10 paper to see that, but you have a one all they have a one style about to support about the nationally security law, and then and another one I think about the foreign people will be read it about is short Chinese mailing post. This English post, and then there is all the
Yes.
same styles, same local, and then there's
Yeah.
the only one is say is people diary. There is say about this is the one country two system is died, and then the national security law is can kill can nobody's safe, and then they it's different for about the other newspaper, and you can see why the Hong Kong now where about the talking freedom of the sound. The newspaper you need to about the uh, investigate about the government. They have the four party about the need to supervise the government, give the people have a true to report about what happened in the society or government what have they done. So in this paper, I think everybody will have a one signal. But I want to ask you a question. You in a foreign in the other country in England, do you have same other newspaper about media? Is same in Hong Kong? You can see about that.
Um, I may say no. Okay. Let me explain. Say like what exactly you want to say. Yeah. Sorry. In this poster, we can see that there are about say like one, two, yeah, nine newspapers. Yeah, and put in front of us, and these are all the so-called local mainstream newspapers in Hong Kong. Um, Eight of them are in Chinese and one in English. And for those English speaking audience, you may be familiar with this English newspaper, South China Morning Post. And you can see them on their front page. Yeah, you can see these are the papers. These are the sort of like the cover, the main cover of these newspapers on the day when this national security law for Hong Kong was passed by Beijing. And so you can see they use exactly the same format except Hong Kong, except Apple Daily, which is in the middle at the bottom. Yeah, all the other eight newspapers use exactly the same format and the same narratives. So they are the CCP's propaganda. They shows that how great this national security is, and they even says that it's an insurance of the one country two systems, and it would guarantee a bright future for the Hong Kong the city and the Hong Kong people. So of course it's rubbish, we understand. And there's only one exception, which is Hong Kong Daily. We can see it gives exactly a different voice. That's the only newspaper which gives a different voice from the Beijing's, which says that now the security law takes effect. It's a the death of one country two systems, and also calls on the Hong Kong people to continue fighting, defending for their freedoms and for their future. And Sky asked me a question. It's very, very extraordinary for mainstream newspapers use exactly the same format and use this exactly the same narrative. He asked me whether, based in England, have I seen anything like that? My answer is no, because if you are independent press, if you are independent newspaper, of course you have your own idea and your own style and your way to present your cover page, okay, the front page. But if we see that in Hong Kong this happened, this extraordinary, we can tell that that these newspapers, apart from Apple Daily, are all the CCP mouthpiece. Yeah, they blow the trumpets for the CCP. They dance to the tune of the CCP. They are basically one of the a part of the CCP propaganda apparatus. That's a proof, and that's why the CCP, they have all this. They are all backed by the CCP. Yeah, that also gives us an idea how, you know, uh, how serious the Hong Kong press freedom has been eroded. Yeah, since the CCP has taken over control of Hong Kong. Yeah, and if we read the characters at the bottom, it says that Apple Daily belongs to Hong Kongers. It's the Hong Kongers newspaper. Um, one Apple Daily, one day. Um, your stand does not surprise me. That shows the Hong Kong people's support to the Apple Daily in terms that do not say the same thing or do not lie to the people as the CCP. Tell the truth, yeah, and stand against the CCP
Yeah,
and stand with Hong Kong people. So that's all it's about. This post about. It's very powerful. It gives an idea in terms that what the true situation is like in Hong Kong now. So basically, the CCP has dominated the press in Hong Kong, and then no more truth. Yeah, it's all propaganda, except Hong Kong Daily, which it has been doing differently.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. Because in the
Okay.
Hong Kong, we can see about the newspaper is also there is a CCP. They have a proposed their what they are good. All is a good thing, and all is a they you can see the newspaper they provide about the support the government, so the government is good. And then we can see if you the brink the you have not to give CCP to investigate, so you know the true what is the happen in Hong Kong. And then there is same
Yeah.
as about this lie same as about the mainland, because the mainland just only the one voice there is a CCP. All the media you cannot find because the media is controlled in the CCP. You cannot give your have your own sound own voice in the mainland, because your your voice uh, need to agree about the CCP. If you different CCP
Coverage of the
opinion,
truth.
yeah,
Yeah,
you have
this also shows that Hong Kong is really part of China now. It's like a city of mainland China, and based on this, you can see the media is like those inside China is totally dominated and controlled by the CCP. You can only hear one voice, which is the CCP's voice. You cannot know the truth from the media, from newspaper, yeah, because the and now fortunately in Hong Kong we still have one media which um, which stands there against the CCP's oppression, which is Hong Kong Daily, which tells us the truth, yeah, which tells the thoughts of the Hong Kong people, all right?
yeah.
So yeah,
So
this is implication.
yeah,
So shall we move to the next poster?
yeah. There is thing about there is talking about in
Yeah.
Apple Daily that they have many police in there, but they will have some newspaper can go inside to have report about the interview. Part of the media they will be registered to interview because the government or the CCP they will think they will say this newspaper is against about the government. They not have a not good this not good newspaper. Then so we don't need to give them to interview about what happened in the Apple diary. But you can see another one is there.
Hello.
Hello, have song?
Yes, carry on. No,
Okay,
it's pause a bit.
okay,
Okay, carry on, please.
yeah. And then another one is you just can see about Now TV and TVB and Hong Kong 01, or another one is their newspaper that's in this you can see other one is standard newspaper, and then RTHK and other media they cannot go inside to have an interview what happened, or what police they are doing, what that is you same is same as about in years ago, but about the anti extraction bill. There's the protest. They have some reporter in the take the live or take the video, but the police they will against them, and then we will say many dirty language. So they sing on the now.
Yeah. Okay. Let me explain what Sky just told us. So we have two posters in front of us. In front of us, yeah. So let's talk about the one on the left first. And this is a photo, basically taken outside the Hong Kong Apple Daily office building. Yeah, when the police, in large number, yeah, raided it, and we can see that they decline many media from getting inside to cover what's going on. And we can see here, you see, at least it shows that two media were declined to cover the story. One is Stand News, the other one is In Media. And also behind these two policemen, we can see in the middle, yeah, behind there is also cable news. And at the bottom, there are some words which read like police media liaison team. And this basically the police narratives, which says that, yeah, we are superior to locally renowned mainstream media. Entry is allowed to those who previously did not affect or obstruct the police work. For those medias who which covered the like pro-democracy activities, we would be deemed to be affect and obstruct the police work, because they would give a factual report, and if they're factual, they won't be positive, yeah, about the police work. So that would upset and annoy the police. And in this case, the police would use their power to say this media were not allowed to enter, yeah, to cover what's going on inside the um, Apple Daily headquarters. That is all about what's going on Monday. Raided the office building, as well as arrest Jimmy Lai, the owner of Apple Daily. And now we move to the poster on the right-hand side, which also something like supplementary to illustrate what happened that day. And on the top, we read like, okay, press freedom, past tense. So it implies that there is no freedom of press in Hong Kong anymore. And the arrest of Jimmy Lai and the raid of the Hong Kong Apple Daily headquarters are the proof that there's no freedom for press anymore. And also give a note. It says that this note says that dark police are free to select particular media to report particular issues. And then we can read this illustration. There's a circle, and the color of this circle is very interesting. It's in blue. And we understand that and during the long-term pro-democracy protests in Hong Kong, the color of blue implies pro, and then the other color, the color of yellow means pro-democracy. So we can see here it's a circle in blue color. And that means it's pro-Beijing, it's pro-CCP, right? It's circled quite a few meters here, and in the middle you can and a squashed apple. So that embodies Apple Daily. And then we can see other four media, which includes TVB, of course, is very pro Beijing, and Now. Yeah, that's Now. It's also TV is a media, and HK01, that's another media, and the Oriental Daily, and it's circled by in blue. That means the CCP or the police force are sort of like crammed down them. And there are lots of small characters written. I did look very carefully inside what each of them say, so I can make you a translation. These are all the police narratives, yeah, and which implies that police are the circle controlling those inside. It says, this was read like, we are the supreme. So that means the police are the supreme. They can do whatever they want. And then the next one read like, best not get filmed by the press for whatever we do. So the police still is afraid, yeah, of being caught on camera what they are doing. So that means they might have done something wrong. Otherwise, they won't mind to be caught on camera. That shows that. And also, others read like, reporting us critically, we will ban your press coverage. We'll ban your press. Okay. And then the next one is, I don't mind to irritate you, to get on your nerves. So the police, that means they show no care at all, and don't and the police do not mind at all whatever others see them or what others think of them. And next one said, ban whichever press as we wish. That shows that the police is very arbitrary, yeah, very, very, so like a unrestrained at all. And also it's another one. It says that select and allow whichever press to report us as we wish. So they would select those press which are very pro Beijing, very pro the police to report, and those who are critical, those which are not positive, they would basically ban them from reporting. And the last one says, permit you to report if you support the government and the police. So those narratives basically tell us everything, yeah. In terms, there's no freedom of press, and the government dictates, the police does whatever it wishes. It's basically is entirely some like a totalitarian cramp down of the freedom of press. Yeah, this is all about it. And then we can see these press at the bottom, there are four of them, say are not allowed to get inside to report what's going on. And these media include Stand News, RTHK, AP, that is American Associated Press, and Reuters, that's British. So basically these medias, yeah, they're not welcomed.
Yeah.
They are not given the permission by the police in terms, and they are not very pro police. They are a bit, maybe a bit, according to my understanding, they are not very critical of the police. But even like that, if you do not say exactly the things that the CCP or the police want you to say, you are not allowed to report at all. So your rights have been, say, like taken away. Yeah,
Yeah,
to cover the story.
and then we
That
can,
it,
yeah,
that are these two posters and tell us. So what else would you like to say, Sky?
yes, because and another we can show another one, the postcard. They will see why they not allow the inside. But because they are, can I show about the next photo, not next poster?
Yes, please.
Yeah,
Yes, please. We can
because
move to
need
the next
to
poster.
need
Yeah.
to get the, wait, need to get
Yeah,
the,
I
yeah,
did. Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
You can
Please tell us what is it.
yeah, you can see too many about police go inside about the office because they need to get investigate about the information about, they say the Jimmy Lai is have some uh, not good investment. They have because they have Hong Kong people will be donate about the money. Then they will charge them. They will it's not for donation. It's another or for other ways for maybe collect about the money, and then you see more about the police. But police, I need to talk about the police is, well, you can see the the shirt, blue shirt, and then this police is also go. Maybe you in the street, you can see them about there is protect the people, and then for another way, you need to investigate about the information, or you can collect about the information. There is another team, not blue clothes. You can see about there is also uh, non-office shirt or formal informal shirt about the police. So you can see just only Apple Line, the Hong Kong government use use the loss of the police to get their want the information, or they will be. I remember about that Jimmy Lai is a 30 hour, is for now is can go out, but they have a 30 hour to maybe it's a console, or I don't know how to say it about the time. Sometimes one people have a 48 hour to, you need to, if you know have something to charge, then you need to let them go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's his payout. Yes, okay. Let's talk about the these two posters. Yeah, the one on left is a picture. Yeah, yeah. The top part is actually a photo, and it's taken when the police raided the Apple Daily. Sorry, Apple Daily headquarters on Monday, and we can see that the police really occurred in large numbers. Yeah, there are over 200 policemen involved in this activity, in this raid. This is entirely out of proportion, and it's not necessary. And we also understand that police basically, if they say like raid a house or raid a somewhere, it shows that there's a serious criminal offense committed by the relevant party. And then also we can see the other people. There are some people, as you explained, that there are some people who were not wearing the police uniform, so they could be someone else rather than policemen. Who they could be the regulatory authority people, regulatory agents. Yeah, and that implied maybe Apple Daily had some, say, like a misconduct. Yeah, but anyway, we can see there's a large number of police occurred in the Apple Daily, inside the Apple Daily building. This is a and so very, very strange, very extraordinary. So that's why this is considered as a very big incident, very serious. And the words read here, Jimmy Lai and multiple activists have been multiple people were arrested, and the police raided the Apple Daily building in large numbers and on large scale. And then on the bottom. On the bottom, we can read, we can saw, the photos of Jimmy Lai and also Chang Jianhong that daily. And Jimmy Lai said, well, basically like take things as they come. So that shows he's in a composed state of mind, um, facing this police raid. It shows that he said, all right, he seems to had been expecting this would happen. Yeah, he's very profile, he's very pro-democracy protests, and people all know which side he has been taking. Yeah, he's of course taking the side opposite to the CCP. And of course, we all aware that the national security law took effect. So he sort of like had been expecting that one day like this would come. So, and he sort of like assured the Hong Kong people things as they come. They come, they come. That shows his composed state of mind. And also, the CEO of Mr. Chang Jianhong, he said Apple Daily can certainly hold on. And I also read some report in terms of interviewing Mr. Zhang, and he said, well, we all know that during the protests, Hong Kong Daily was Hong Kong Apple Daily was in a sort of like financially strained status, and Jimmy Lai even came out in person and calling people to support Hong Kong Daily, by subscribing the Apple Daily paper as well to buy Apple Daily paper, and he got lots of donations, and then um, so Apple Daily sort of like overcame that financial difficulty for the time being. And then after this incident on Monday, after the arrest, and Hong Kong people became all voluntarily lending their support of Apple Daily. Yeah, they and I read a report you say on that day, Apple Daily first said like issued about 50,000 copies, and then people said, please issue more. So they added another like 300 and also 200,000 more, and then it's bought up by the Hong Kongers again, and so they they added for second time the printing, and at 350,000, and they all sold out, That shows the Hong Kong people how they supported the Apple Daily, all right? And
Yeah.
this are the background of this, and so that's why the CEO, Mr. Zhang, said Apple Daily. He's now optimistic to say Apple Daily can certainly hold on, bear in mind of the generous and brave supports of the Hong Kong people. That's why he said that. And now when we move to the right, and we can see another poster. We can see like a police, circled in in layers of circles, the apple in the middle. So apple, that of course it's an embodiment, that's the symbol, and it's a logo as well of Hong Kong Apple Daily. And we can see this police in they are in their blue uniform, and also and one even had a baton in hand. Yeah, we can see their eyes. The eyes are red. They're red. So which make them look like not like human, but rather like demons. Yeah. So it also shows that they're very um they're bullying, they're intimidating. So and Hong Kong they try to cramp down Apple Daily. So that's the implication, and it's entirely disproportionate. So this crackdown and also shows the severity of the CCP and the Hong Kong police oppression of the um, free press in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And this Apple incidents tell us that.
Yeah.
So anything else you'd like to say, Sky?
For the police, the red eyes, I can show about the next poster. That is really
Yeah.
beautiful. I think. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see about this
Hmm.
one is very good about to show about
Yeah.
the police. You can see all police they have red eyes, and then you catch about Jimmy Lai, and then they hear
Mm.
for the message is Hong Kong's person's freedom is sentenced to death. That means about the Hong Kong for now the freedom about your voice, about your anything, your authority, or you can vote. That is so about the freedom that in control on the CCP, because the police is just only the that is the function only. They will listen about the order, and then they go to take the order to know to action. But the final
Mm.
boss is CCP and the control about the Hong Kong government. So the police also is know their own mind or know their choice, because they are just only listen about the big boss. That if the boss say you need to do that, do anything, so they just only listen. So you can think about their all uh, is like a jumble. That's like about it's not a government, it's not a human. That uh, so
Mm.
they show the eye is also is red. If there is a light about the
Mm.
game, about some people is they have no their own mind. They just do one thing about that.
Mm. Yes. What Sky explained to us is the poster on the left-hand side, and we can sort like recognize in the middle this man is Jimmy Lai, yeah, and he's detained. He's arrested by the police, and what is funny is that is the image of these two policemen behind, yeah, who are arresting him. So they do not look like human beings. Yeah, they more look like a demon or like robots. Yeah. So basically, they mechanically or robotically um, are taking the orders from their boss, CCP boss, to arrest Jimmy Lai, and you can see contrasting to Jimmy Lai, who's also wearing a facial mask. We can see that, yeah, the facial mask, and these police are wearing something like the gas masks, and if you see their heads, they do not really look like human beings, and also their facial mask make them look like demons. So look, which impress you of evilness. That's very bad. That's also something very negative. And behind these two policemen, we can see in the total darkness, there are some, red flashing dots in pairs, which are basically the same as these two police, which stand behind Jimmy Lai on two sides. Yeah, you can see that basically they have the same eyes, which have this like a flashing redness. That shows they are so impress you of bloodiness and their ferociousness, and very, frightening. That shows something like a very impressive, something very, very uncivil. Yeah, it's something like related
Yeah.
to force. Yeah, it's related to something to maybe even arms. So that's the implication. And then in the at the bottom, sorry, at the bottom, it there's some words read like the death of Hong Kong press freedom. Or we can see from now on there's no more press freedom in Hong Kong. So that's the implication of this poster. Yeah. So what about the poster on the right, Sky?
There's one you can just only eyes that is looking for you, and then the it mean I think is a CCP government and the Hong Kong government they want to warning you, and then they just you do anything CCP is catch you because they lied about mainland because more about the technical CCTV about to catch about the people. There's one people have a two or three more than about the TV for the see what are you doing or what your message. All the message is sent out for the mainland. For now, you can see people is I think is scared, and then the one eyes
Hello.
is hello.
Yes, carry on, please.
Yeah, yes, that is me. That's my next
Yeah,
message.
yeah. So this is, of course, we can see an eye, but this is not a like a human eye. We can see this pupil. Yeah. This eye indicates the spying eye of the CCP. Yeah. And if let's imagine, yeah, usually a human eye, if you can see sometimes, yeah, in the white part there's some veins, so that shows that the eyes, when it gets red, yeah, it's very becomes very violent. It shows that the person's a strong emotion. Yeah. And here this indicates the CCP spying eye on people. So it watches you, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you are doing. It implies the surveillance, the universal, ubiquitous surveillance of the CCP. It also indicates the police station, a police state. Police state. That means the police, like a big brother, is watching you, whatever you're doing. Yeah, and it just watching you 7/24. So all weather, yeah, all days, around the clock. And it also implies that Hong Kong now is a police state. And just like mainland China, yeah, it's Orwellian states. It applies a all-round surveillance on its citizens, and there's absolutely no freedom. Yeah, it's absolutely no right. So this is really sad. It's a tragedy, and not only the Jimmy Lai's arrest implies the death of free press, but also is the death of the freedom of Hong Kong, freedom of Hong Kong people, as no rights for the Hong Kong people.
Yeah.
So that's the implication. Okay.
So and then I want to ask I want to say about in the picture you can see about they have the creator. So I want to say the thank you about the Hong Kong the art creator, the audience, because they have create more about the poster for share about the information for the people provide to internet and provide to allow about the human or the people to know what happened for now Hong Kong. And there's like another one. I will next about
Yes.
next poster.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is
I would like
like
to. Yeah,
Yeah.
shows our acknowledgement to those ingenious
Yeah.
Hong Kong and yes artists who have made this very brilliant posters and posted online for people to freely share and to get to know what's going on in Hong Kong. Yeah. Okay, now we move to the next posters. Yeah, please tell us what they are
Yes.
about, please.
The picture, the left one is about the Jimmy Light and the freedom of the press, and another one is you can see about the Apple is the growth, and then in the Hong Kong or maybe have a slogan one is about the one apple, you eat apple daily, and then you
Yeah,
no need to see the doctor leave me left
yeah,
me along, but
yeah,
for now in Hong
yeah.
Kong that is for Hong
Yeah, it said
Kong.
like an apple day keeps the doctor away.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes, and
So
now
now Hong Kongers will say apple daily a day. Yeah,
yeah.
we need to have apple daily
Yeah, apple daily, and another one
on
is
a daily basis. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, another one is the apple. You eat you have an apple daily a day. The police if leave me alone, leave me away.
Ah. Yes, yes, because Apple Daily is a source of true media, which tells the truth. Yeah.
Yeah,
So and Hong Kong people trust this Apple Daily. They trust this like they trust the health, the nutrition of an apple. So if you say have an apple day, it keeps the doctor away. Then if you read Apple Daily every day, which would keep you well informed and which let you be informed of the truth of Hong Kong. So and to help and to keep Hong Kong Daily carry on is to help the society, to help the people in terms that they can get the truth of what's going on in Hong Kong and get the truth about the Hong Kong people's thought and get the truth about the CCP's oppression of Hong Kong. Yeah. So that's the implication. It's
yeah,
very clever. It's very beautiful. And also we can see that there are say like yellow dots. Yeah. And also we can see from the upper left corner, there's some golden, yeah, and color, which shows hope, which shows the brightness, or which implies there's a bright future as long as we carry on. And of course, we know the blue color, as I explained before, it represents the pro-democracy movement. Yeah, it represents the force which stands against the oppression of the CCP regime,
yeah.
which is great.
So and the last one is so the
Yeah,
I know. Wait a minute.
and oh yeah, and also sorry, on the left hand side, we know that's Jimmy Lai's portrait, and he represents the freedom of press in Hong Kong. And now we have a new poster, which is
Wait a minute.
who is that? Yeah, Sky, please tell us who that is.
This Agnes, Agnes,
Agnes,
Agnes
Agnes,
Zhao, and
Agnes
then
Chu.
but I have some technical problem about that. Is so about because the do you remember about the Disneyland have one the movie about the in
Uh,
mainland about the Zhen the how
yes,
the
yes.
English name. Yeah, yeah,
Mulan,
yeah, yeah,
Mulan,
yeah, yeah.
Mulan. So the actress name is Crystal Liu. It was a film shot by Disney, and she's the star of this film. And she last year, when during the Hong Kong protests, and she came out and said she supported the Hong Kong police to crack down the rioters. Yeah, and so in that case, um, people or say like of course of course, people that's sort of like really caused um, um, a big shock among those, especially who used to like her. And yeah, and the people got very, very upset in terms that she uh, took the side of the Hong Kong police against the Hong Kong protesters. And in that case, there's a worldwide boycott against that film started by this Crystal Liu, and they boycott this film, Mulan. And people also say that she's not a real Mulan, and instead Agnes Chow is the real Mulan, because she's the one who's fighting for the interest of Hong Kong people. Yeah, that actually shows the true implication of defending and her home against the foreign invasion, because the Mulan is a story is about like defending the homeland from the foreign invasion. But in the context of Hong Kong, it means that the Hong Kong people defend the autonomy of their homeland, yeah, legally. And so and Angela's child is the embodiment of this movement, and she is supposed to be the true Mulan rather than the fictional Mulan portrayed by the Disney film starred by this pro police Crystal Liu. And so that's the implication. And then Angela's child is supposed to be the daughter of Hong Kong, and she would be always remembered as the true Mulan.
Yeah.
That's the implication. So could you explain to us what are other posters about?
Yeah, for the others, if we can understand about in Hong Kong more about growth, they will go out about in the entity, the extremely how to say that entity
As basically like no more difference between the yellow and the blue, but differentiation of having conscience or not. We understand that as I explained before, that during the Hong Kong protests, yeah, and the these two colors, yellow and blue, have implications. The yellow represents the Hong Kong people, yeah, the protesters, the protests. And blue is the opposite, represents the opposite party, which is the CCP, the Beijing, and the communism, yeah, yes, which try to encroach the autonomy of Hong Kong and try to erode the democracy, rule of law, freedom of Hong Kong. This is, and now it's said that this is not about, because before this Hong Kong protests, there are two camps. One is pro-Beijing, which is blue, and one is pro-Hong Kong, which is yellow. And now when this protest began, and people said, no, it's not about political difference. Hello? Can you hear
Know your
me?
voice.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, Dr. Ming, the voice is not in the broadcast. I need to contact it again about wait a minute.
Can you hear me?
Because the voice is missing about this. Maybe the signal is a problem.
Can you hear me?
I try to
Can you hear me?
contact it. Hello.
How about it now?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me? Sky, can you hear me?
Hello.
I can hear you.
Hello.
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah,
Can you
I
hear
can
me?
hear you. Yes,
Yeah.
I can.
But I cannot hear you.
Oh, wow. You cannot hear me. Oh, wow. Hello? Oh, wow. Hello?
Yeah. For the now,
Hello.
maybe 1 hour, maybe I try to connect about the Dr. Bing. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I cannot hear about her voice.
Oh wow,
So
that's a
maybe the
pity.
next time we will show on the GTV and YouTube, and then it's a Beijing time. It's 7 o'clock on the Friday. So maybe the next time I will be everybody can join about the broadcast. So thank you for now. See you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.